Turning to Georgia, it seems like the EU is not capable, as an organization, as all 27, to impose more sanctions. Is it now time to re-engage with the government in Georgia, perhaps on a lower level, or should it still be isolated?
I think that we missed not once a chance to send a stronger message than to Georgian authorities about the path that they've chosen. And that was with the laws that regulated the very status of NGOs. Then it was after all the mistakes done before the elections and all the flaws during the elections, as we saw in the report of different organizations. And I think that was the particular time when we had to send the stronger message, also with the sanctions. And the very way how authorities acted against the protesters on the streets, that was beyond the red lines. And we missed the chance then. And what was obvious that it will go down the hill with the democratic freedoms being more and more constrained and limited, and it would limit the capabilities of ours and the area of cooperation between European Union and Georgia. And unfortunately, this is what is happening. And that was Georgia's choice to choose Europe as the future place where they want to be with all the values. We know that the Georgian people, around 80%, still support the European direction of their country, and it is to Georgia to return to this path. So Lithuania is repeating that the best way out from this situation is to organize the fair elections again and return to the situation where we were, also recalling all the legislation that limits the activities of political opposition and also of NGOs. If not, we are heading the very bad direction, and this is the only. That's the only responsibility of Georgian authorities right now.
So you don't think that people like Kaja Kallas, like Marta Kos, should engage with the de facto government in Tbilisi?
Till we still have the European perspective at the table, we cannot engage and normalize the current situations because there were two big mistakes and steps against the democracy done previously. So I do not see the added value in continuing this. If we are reformulating everything, and if there is the different status of our cooperation, then maybe in the future there will be the considerations like this. But still there is the perspective of Georgia's European path. We cannot remodel it, because this is the very values, European values we are talking about. Free and fair elections. This is democratic institutions that Georgia are obliged to respect. And they didn't. And this is also the freedom of activities of non-governmental organizations. It's a very basic principles that they have to follow. And if we are leaving this to the side, then what's on our agenda then? And of course we have many issues there. And one of those is assisting Russia in circumventing the sanctions, for example. And there are others, but those are not the ones where we cooperate as the partners united by the values.
Finally, it seems like Hungary will block Ukraine from opening EU accession talks. Are you okay with decoupling Moldova from Ukraine and only let Moldova in June or July start accession talks and let Ukraine go behind?
First of all, our enlargement process is based on the merit-based principle. It's grounded on it. It means that each country is assessed by the achievements, and we have the criteria, whether they meet those or not, comply with this one or not. So when we have the similar situation, overall assessment has to be similar, and the steps from the European side has to be the same. So these are the principles that we are talking about. And this current situation, when there are some political motives to obstruct the process, and it's used in a different way than it was created, the unanimity, for example, in certain decisions, then we have to, a bit pause and rethink how it is organized. Whether we have to review overall methodology, then if we cannot apply those basic principles that have to be applied. So for us, this is more fundamental than tactical. than whether we go with the one country or with another, because there would be many unanimity requiring votes in the future, and if we are stuck with we will be stuck with each steps like this time, it will mean that it will be corrupt anyways as the enlargement. So for us, this is the matter of principle. We have to apply it to each candidate country, and be it Ukraine, be it any country in the Western Balkans, and if we cannot achieve that, then we have to rethink overall model. We cannot be taken hostages by some short and narrow political principles.
Sure, but this decision will have to come June, in a few weeks. So when you sit in that chair, will you be okay with saying, okay, let's decouple them, or will you say no, everyone stops?
I'm still optimist that we will achieve the result till the end of June, as we were expecting it, that the first clusters will be opened with Ukraine and Moldova. We understand that now Ukraine is the main machine that is pushing forward the overall enlargement process, and I'm still optimist that we will achieve the result in the final, the last European Council at the end of June. Let's see. Maybe we will be resultive in this one. Otherwise, we have to all understand that without Ukraine in EU, there will be no geopolitical European Union. European Union as the global actor will have the fundamental problems to operate. That's why we need Ukraine. And without the Ukraine, all the other enlargement process loses the sense. So that's why we have to concentrate and think less about decoupling, but if it is needed, we should think about the principles and the different mechanism how to proceed further. We cannot stop with Ukraine now. We have to promise, and as we did already to Ukraine, European membership. We have to set the deadline, and Lithuania is standing for January 1st, 2030 as a deadline for Ukraine's membership. And there is a very tight schedule to proceed further, and we have to concentrate on it. Of course, we cannot forget that there are some different voices at the table. But then again, if it is needed, let's go into the depths. Why they're there? Is it because of the exact interest that is put at the table? Or is it because of the political manipulation and the attempt to obstruct the process as such? If it is the case, then we have to discuss the very principles of being a member of European Union and what are the obligations. And one of the obligations is to cooperate with a good faith, because this is where we are the partners. If we cannot agree on this, then the question is whether we are in the same team and which team one of us is playing. And for me, this is fundamental then. And it's not about the one step whether we will, couple or decouple. This is about who we are at the end of the day.
So for you, Hungary is on the Russian team, not the European one.
We have to answer this question, and I'm open to discuss it, really. Because this is the time where Europe has to face everything in sharp colors. Because this is the time where it's really black is black, white is white, and you cannot be in the gray zone and sit on the fence. Because this is the future of European security that is now at the stake. And I cannot imagine how someone cannot understand this very clearly. And it's not about only Ukraine, that's about Europe. As we talk about the NATO security, that's not about Baltic countries, that's about all the Europe. And if someone thinks that some small-scale conflict at the border somewhere wouldn't affect their lives, that's false. Everything will come up with the huge destructive power, be it the political structures, be it economy, financial, and the other effects. That's why we have to get serious. And also about what unites us, and about the European Union enlargement, and many other things, about the sanctions, about the rollover of the sanctions, and about assisting Ukraine. If we are reluctant to assist to Ukraine, I'm ready to discuss what are the other options. What are the options for Europe after Ukraine collapsing and being defeated and fully occupied by Russia? So what's next then? Where is our bright future? And the problem is that those voices are, when you confront them, they are silent and they go somewhere under the carpet. We have to bring them out and confront them.
Minister, thank you.